Welcome to Rage Against the Regime Radio, where status quo gets taken to task. With your host, Bobby Who's Demand. Don't be a stranger. Give us a call at 929-477-3565 or contact us at rageagainsttheregimepodcast@gmail.com or on our Twitter at RATR Podcast. And please like our Facebook page. On with the show. Here's Bobby.
I don't do this too often. I'm going to let the song play under me in the background. Oh, man, what a day. What a day. What a day. This is Rage Against the Regime Radio, just in case you haven't figured it out. And I'm your host, Bobby, who's the man. Today, I'm saddened to report... I'm sure a lot of you probably already heard about this, but I'm saddened to report that the United States Marines were forced to give up their arms and give up their weapons to the Yemen rebels. If that doesn't kick the morale of our military right in the face, I don't know what does. Let me turn that music off. If that doesn't kick our military's morale right in the face, what the hell does? Ordered by our government to give up your arms to Yemen rebels? Are you serious right now? Why would we do that? Do people have any idea what the hell that makes us look like? United States Marines, they're like, first one's in, last one's out, Semper Fi, do or die, all that stuff. I've never served in the military, but if I ever did go in the military, I probably would have chosen to be in the Marines. Okay? Now, there's a lot of reasons behind why I wasn't in the military, but it's not about that right now. Okay? Believe me, it bothers me all the time that I never had a chance to serve in the military, and I wish that I would have. But the Marines are forced to give up their weapons to Yemen rebels. They're our enemy. They are our enemies. So we give them weapons, and the Marines have to be, they have to give them the weapons and walk away and pretty much have their heads down. I can imagine what those guys felt like. It's got to be like when you were a kid, if you ever were picked on as a kid, as a little kid, and there wasn't really much you could do about it. You were picked on by, like, the big bullies and stuff like that, and, you had to pretty much walk around with your head down in shame because, you know what? That's got to be what it is right now. And I'm not saying that I'm really mad at the Marines, even though I know that it really has to bother them. But whoever gave them the order to give up those weapons and to, just do it and walk away or whatever, I have no respect for you whatsoever. And I actually feel pretty bad for the Marines. But think of the morale right now. I mean, our military is being disassembled everywhere. Everywhere. Look at how many generals, colonels, majors, everything that have been given their notice to leave. That their services are not required any longer. And that they have to pretty much retire and they didn't want to. Is it because they wanted to make a difference in this world? And they wanted to do something and stand up for the United States and stand up for us, the American people, and didn't want to allow our government and our military to keep doing what they're doing right now? Ladies and gentlemen, there is so much news right now going around about, well, you know what, I don't really want to give out the big story right now until I know more information and I have something else behind it. But there's really some big news about Obama and about how Homeland Security and the TSA got started and everything that is about to break. And when it does, it's going to be crazy. People, there's a lot more to this than we could ever imagine. And I'm going to bet that some of these military members that have been given their walking papers and all that were probably told, hey, you know what? Yeah, you guys are just going to have to, not be here any longer. You don't want to have nothing to do part of our plan. You know, our great take over the world plan, the New World Order. And the way that we run this regime. Because they were probably vocal about it and probably made their feelings known that it's not right. You can't just do what you want to Americans. I mean, there's a lot of good, hardworking people in this world. You know, they've got a lot of bunkers that they're working on right now, that a lot of reports are coming out, that they've been putting a lot more work into these bunkers that are in some of these mountains. I forgot the name of the mountain. Black something mountain. I'll get it. But there's two bases that are underground that are about 30 miles apart from one another. And it's like an underground Pentagon is pretty much what it is. They're doing a lot of work on a lot of these places. Now, I'm wondering if that's another thing, and maybe some of these military guys wanted to let out some of that information. But to make the Marines give up their weapons to Yemen rebels and pretty much walk away with their heads down in shame like cur dogs. I mean, I don't know if that's the case because I actually didn't see it. I've seen plenty of reports. I'm looking for a video to see if I can find it. I'm sure one of those Yemen pieces of crap probably recorded it, and it'll probably be all over the internet. Which is even more degrading. It's sad. It's very, very sad. Just to say the least. What are we going to do about this? Seriously, folks, what are we going to do about this? We talk about all the time how we all want to stand up, we all want to do something and everything else, but nobody does a damn thing. People just form another group. Hey, we're going to form a group. We're going to get everybody together and we're going to make a difference on the internet. Because that's all it boils down to. Bunch of people gathered up on Facebook, doing a little group together, sharing more information, and bringing the same patriots from a different group to this group, And you got the same people from all the other groups into this group. And guess what? And nobody's doing a damn thing. Everybody's got a bunch of great ideas. Is anybody acting on it? No. I mean, okay, I can't really knock it. They've got some things coming up here in the future, some marches and stuff like that. I'm all for it. I will bring any of them on to the shows. This show, the show on Blog Talk Radio, I will bring them on, any of them, and I will promote it, and I will be behind them, and I will do whatever I can. If it's close enough, I will march with them. But I mean, seriously, it's like every group is talking about the same crap, and nobody's doing a damn thing about it. And then people have the audacity. My co-host, my partner, Becky Williams, posted some stuff in a couple Patriot sites, or Patriot pages or whatever. I think it was maybe one or two. And whoever the moderator was and the admin pretty much told her that she couldn't say what she was saying about how she felt or whatever, and pretty much told her that she wasn't welcomed. And, that her post wasn't welcomed, and pretty much told her that, that she couldn't say whatever she was saying, and she couldn't use her First Amendment right. Okay? Then yesterday, there was a major call going on, and it was for people that are in the media, people that have podcasts, people that do blogs, stuff like that. It was pretty much an emergency meeting to figure out how some information is going to be released here really soon, what I was talking about earlier. And a couple people that were invited to come do the call and do the show or whatever with us. Well, not with us, but, with them. And Becky invited one of the people. I'm not going to mention his name. He has a following and whatever. Doesn't matter. And he told her, nah, I'm good. I don't want to be part of nothing that's hearsay or whatever. Meaning like Becky, shares a bunch of crap and that she doesn't tell the truth or something. I kind of wish that she was here right now so she could say his name. Because, you know what, it's a personal thing between her and him. I know his name. I know who the man is. But she knows more about what was said because she contacted him and he replied to her. Look, people, I'm going to tell you something. Becky works very hard, okay? And Becky is the kind of person that wants to share all the information, get it all out there. She works very hard. She puts a lot of time into it, a lot of devotion. She does, as many shows as she possibly can. Even though she's part of Rage Against the Regime, she actually represents us pretty well because she does other shows and, talks on other shows. And, she talks as Becky Williams from Rage Against the Regime. Now, with that being said, she's going to be running for governor again. I guess that's what's going on. The plan is being put in place. I mean, she worked really hard last time. She didn't make it. But you know what? She's going to go back to the drawing board. She's going to have, a good group of people to help her. And you never know. She may be the governor of Texas. If that ever happens, I guess she won't be part of Rage Against the Regime no more. But you know how that goes. What's more important? But the main reason why I wanted to do this show today was to talk about this. I mean, seriously, it hurts, people. It hurts to know that the people that we look up to, okay, our military and the Marine Corps, to lay down their weapons to rebels in Yemen. Now, I also want to share some information. Nobody has this information right now. I'm the only one. And I want to share it with all of you. I'm a truck driver by trade. Okay? During the daytime, that's what I do. You guys know it. You can hear a lot of noise sometimes in the background. Right now, you can't hear it because I got my truck off. And yes, I am doing a show for my truck. Okay, I work for a big company, and we see a lot of truck drivers. So yesterday, one of the security guards just got home from the military. He was a Marine with recon, did, I believe, 2 tours. He's been to Afghanistan, Iraq, all over the place. So, we were talking yesterday, and he was checking a guy in that was coming in with the truck. So then he came over to me, and he was shaking his head, and I'm like, what's going on? And he said, I can't believe how many of these assholes coming over here. And he started calling them ragheads and this and that. And he said, I can't believe how many of them are now driving trucks. And I said, what do you mean? He said, I can't tell you how many Muslims come in here. And they try to give me their Muslim name and try to come into this facility. Now, the facility is implementing a new law and new rules where they have to show their IDs and they can't use their Muslim names. They have to use their surnames. And I said, really? And he showed me a memo. Due to the overwhelming outlet of Muslim drivers and foreign drivers, it didn't just say Muslim, so don't mistake what I'm saying. But foreign drivers and Muslim drivers and Arabic and whatever, that they want all truck drivers now to start showing their IDs. Anybody that's an outside carrier. Like I'm an inside carrier because I work for the company. Now, it's not just my company that's doing this. It's happening all over the place. There are a lot of Muslims that are driving trucks, and a lot of them are coming out of Canada. Now, I can't tell you how many of them come up to me and ask me questions at the buildings that I'm working at and stuff, and they can't even back up a truck. They can't even back the damn thing in. They hardly even know how to drive a truck. And they ask me, oh, can you back up my truck? Can you please park my truck for me? Absolutely not. If you don't know how to do it, then you don't even belong here. Okay? How are they getting their CDLs? It's to be questioned. Because if you don't know how to drive a truck, what the hell you even, if you can't back up or whatever, then what the hell are you even doing driving a truck? If you don't know how to back up, that's like a major portion of the job. And it's an important part of the job, going backwards and backing up. Now, I can't tell you how many of these guys we've been seeing that, like I said, they can't drive, they can't back up. How are they getting their CDLs, for one? For two, why are so many of them driving a truck now? It's really got to make me wonder. I mean, are they doing it to bring shit into our country? Okay. Then, they're coming through Canada. All these things should make you go, Because I know it makes me go, And I want to know, how in the hell are they getting these damn driver's license, these CDLs, if they don't know how to drive? The laws have all changed since 9/11. Before, pre-9/11, it was easy to get a CDL. You didn't really even have to know how to drive. If you had enough money, you can get your CDL. That's all changed. It's very hard to get your CDL now, even if you know how to drive. There's a lot of red tape and hassle you have to go through. So, it's something that there's a lot more of them doing, and I'm going to be doing a lot more investigating of it, trying to look into it to find out what I can find and start asking some more questions. And I'm going to ask all of you. If you have any information, please share it with the class. Because it seems like there's an onslaught of these guys. I mean, they're like coming up out of nowhere. So, that's what I've got for right now. I'm going to play a song, and then I'm going to come back, and then I'll close out the show, and that's it. So I'm going to play Absolute Zero by Stone Sour.
Show you the truth, and I don't need a reason to lie to you. in my pocket. A 7-inch trigger finger, don't know how to stop it. A one-way pile driver, no one love to use it. I'm a supercharged freedom fighter, and I'm giving it all to you. Giving it all to you. Giving it all to you.
You're listening to the Rage Against the Regime podcast. Don't be a stranger. Like Rage Against the Regime podcast on Facebook or tweet us at RATR Podcast.
You can also reach us at Rage Against the Regime podcast at gmail.com. That's Rage Against the Regime podcast at gmail.com. And don't forget about our Facebook page. That's Rage Against the Regime podcast. That's facebook.com/Rage Against the Regime podcast. We would really, 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 really appreciate it if more people would press that like button. Like us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, like us, follow us everywhere, please. If you're listening to me on Spreaker, please follow me and listen here. You know, if it's on Blog Talk Radio, do it there. iTunes. It'd be nice if people would start leaving feedback about the show. I mean, we've got a ton of people listening to us. We have listeners all over the world. Okay, I'm going to mention some of your places right now. We have people in Russia. We have people in Taiwan. We have people in China. We have people in Poland. We have people in Germany. We have people listening to us all over the world. We appreciate you all listening to us. And, you know, it's quite wonderful to be able to, you know, look up information, especially on Spreaker. The way that Spreaker is set up, it gives you a demographic of who's listening to you, from where, you know, what parts of the country, you know, and the countries that they're listening from, and, you know, what the percentage is, and so on and so forth. I mean, it's actually a pretty awesome application. You know, Spreaker does a lot of things right. They do things wrong also, but, I mean, they do a lot of things right, and we're kind of happy with it. We just wish that we can get live callers and stuff like that without going out through the red tape and the hassle. Well, look, I can't really do a very long show. I'm at work, and I'm kind of doing this while I really should be doing my, taking my lunch and stuff like that, though I left my lunch at home. My wife made some bomb veggie lasagna last night, and I left it at home. Kicking myself in the butt all day today. But anyway, that's really about it. I know that Becky's going to have some shows coming up on Blog Talk Radio. I'm only going to be doing maybe 1 or 2 shows a week on Blog Talk. I'm going to let the other guest hosts and stuff like that have at it. I want to do some of the bigger shows and not really burn myself out on just doing, you know, just other shows. So you're probably not going to hear me as much on Blog Talk Radio. So, I mean, I just want to cherish the time that I'm going to have on Blog Talk and not waste it, per se. Because right now I'm doing more shows than I really need to be doing, and you know, I'd like to bring on some big-time guests and do some shows when there's, a lot to talk about and bigger guests and, people that we want to talk to. Tom Luju from Bunker Report, Dr. Jim Garrow, Dennis Michael Lynch. He's supposed to be coming on with us in March. We have a big list of people that we're trying to bring on and people that we're trying to do, nice shows with and everything else. And, that's what our main goal is here. That's what our future is. That's what our main goal is. And, we hope that maybe you will help us share the word, get us out there, get people to start listening to us and liking us, following us, and everything else. I mean, we love to have new listeners, and we love when people interact with us and stuff. And if you would help us do that, that would be very much appreciated. We try to help people, and we try to share other people's information just as much as we would love if you would share ours. So please like us, follow us, and, leave feedback wherever you can, on certain places like iTunes and stuff like that. I mean, it really just helps us grow. We had some interest from iHeartRadio at one time, and we kind of backed away from that at one point, but that might be something for the future. But like I said, I don't want to burn myself out, because I've been starting to get burned out by doing all the blog talk shows and everything. And it's nice, to intervene with people, and bring other patriots on, and we all sit down and talk with one another and stuff. But like I said, it just started getting a little bit much. So I will be doing Spreaker shows, though, where I can just sit here and talk to you guys and have a nice little conversation and stuff like that. So I'm going to end the show, and hopefully we will talk to you another time really soon. So that's about it. So until next time.
This is the Rage Against the Regime podcast. Like Rage Against the Regime podcast on Facebook or tweet us at RATR Podcast. If you'd like to send us an email, it's rageagainsttheregimepodcast@gmail.com. And of course, you can call or text us at 256-344-RATR. That's 256-344-7287.